What's going on, Port fans? Welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we're going to be previewing round 4, Port Adelaide versus Melbourne on Thursday night at 7:10 p.m. at the Adelaide Oval. We're back at the Fortress this week for another big encounter into what's going to be a very hopeful Port Adelaide crowd to get off the mark this year. We're 0-3 against the D's, who are 3-0, and it's going to be a massive game, a game that I've penciled in before the season started as one of the biggest games of the year for us. And so far, the 3 games we've played have been dismal, and to be 0-3 is pretty disappointing, but it would be nothing better to bounce back in true fashion against the reigning premiers at the Adelaide Oval. So we'll see what will happen. Plenty to talk about in this preview, so let's get straight into it and preview round 4, Port Adelaide versus Melbourne. Thursday night footy is back for Port Adelaide, and what's been a pretty dismal year so far. We've got a lot of optimism for Thursday night. Now, I've seen the frustration from the fans, and it's still taken me till now to recover from that showdown loss, and it's been a pretty sad week, I think, and overall we've had a pretty inconsistent season on the field and off the field, and nothing's really gone right so far. And this week seems to be a sort of a silver lining, because we get to play the best of the best. We get to play Melbourne at the Adelaide Oval in front of a crowd that's going to be very vocal, very supportive. And I know a lot of us will be frustrated still, and a lot of Ken haters, and everyone will be out there and showing their frustration. And I'm pretty sure we all will be eventually if things keep going the way it is. But for now, I'm focused on 1 week at a time, and this week it is Melbourne. We have actually beaten the reigning premiers since Ken has been coach. We've only lost to the reigning premiers the next year once, and that was Hawthorn in 2016. The rest we have beaten. Who won the premiership the year before, which is an outstanding record in itself. And this one in particular, with so much riding on the line for Port Adelaide, I can just sense a win. Like, I just sense a 2-goal win out of nowhere. Like, it's one of those things where we come into it, there's literally no chance, and we've had these before. We've come in with no chance, no one rating us, no one wanting a bar of us and not even picking us to win, and we come out and pluck a 2-goal win. It's happened before. 2019 against Geelong. That year was so, disappointing as such. It was an interchange year for the club with a lot of young faces coming in, and we've gone, all right, you know what, we're face up, and we bet Geelong on a Thursday night, and it was crazy to see that we could do that, and that was at home, and with that fight and that determination, I think we can do the same on Thursday this week. And the D's, look, their form's been great. The round 1 against the Dogs, they were very competitive, and the Dogs gave them a fight, but in the end, the D's ran out as their fitness prevailed. Round 2, they got the job done, and then round 3 last week against Essendon. So they've been cruising. I don't think Melbourne have gotten out of third gear at this stage of the season, which is a great luxury to have. But you know what? You might catch them by surprise, and they will get Ben Brown back. Perhaps if things all go well with the HS protocols this week for him, he would be flying out Thursday morning if he does indeed play. But they still have some quality up there. Wiedemann stood up in the face of Brown not playing. Tom McDonald's down there. They've got their star-studded defence as well, which is a little bit lacklustre without Lever and Co. But May's still down there. They've still got a terrific balance at both ends of the field, and then you go into the midfield, Petrarca, Oliver, and we saw what they did last year to us at the Adelaide Oval, and it's kind of what I'm predicting again will happen. And we've got a lot of injuries, and we're not to fully fitness at the moment either. I think that's playing a big part in how we're playing, is we're not fully fit. We're not getting to the contest hard enough, and I think mentally we're still fatiguing late in games, which is not great. But we've had a few games under our belt now. A 6-day turnaround kind of helps, because all you're doing is recovering and getting back up, and sometimes the body is still in the mindset of playing, so that can really help you try and attack the ball a lot more and keep that mindset, which is great for younger bodies as well. And we've got a young side still, which I'm not making any excuses for at all. I'm just saying these are the facts that can actually help you in a turnaround like Port Adelaide have at the moment. Does the showdown, the build-up of the showdown and the big finish finale that it had, does that affect us going into this game? Look, as a big game itself, the showdown kind of will have that effect on Port Adelaide. It's whether or not we are able to respond. And we expected a response last week. We got it in 1 quarter out of 4, soundly beaten for the rest of the game. We played okay, but not to the standard we're expecting. And I'm wanting a response now this week. And it's going to come from the leaders. It's going to come from hopefully Todd Marshall putting in another stellar performance like he did last week again this week. Different opposition though. You're not going to get a Billy Frampton playing on you this week, Toddy. So adapt to that and really be smart. And I think I like that mix of Todd Marshall and Georgiadis and Mays. I really like the way that works. Not because I like Todd Marshall going in as the second ruck. I think if he's down forward permanently, that allows for Port Adelaide to play those three, and really that can dictate playing that smaller and be a bit more unpredictable, which is critical for Port Adelaide at the moment. Being unpredictable, not being able to be playing the way we have. And if we can find another spark somewhere, that's going to be a crucial point for Port Adelaide on Thursday night. Selection-wise, now I'm filming this before selection is announced, so I'm not going to have a great idea what's happening. I definitely know Tom Cleary will be playing on Thursday night, which is a great thing for our defence. I think that's still lack. I know Sam Skinner came in and played a role, but he wasn't really that impressive. I don't think he really stood out at all, and you could tell his AFL fitness levels and awareness of the game was a bit too quick for him, and he was a little bit lackluster. That's something for him to work on going back to the sample. I think that will be definitely one change. Tom Cleary in for Sam Skinner. Whether or not we bring in Hayes for a double ruck duo against Gawn will be a factor, because I know Lysette, he was great last week, I thought. It's time to stand up again and really be that bully ruckman against him. So I don't know if we go down that route. That probably helps out Todd Marshall stay down forward a little bit more, and I think it's worth trying. It's not going to cause any harm. We go 0-4, we go 0-4. You may as well just start trying things a little bit and see if they work, because you've got to find a spark, as I said. So the way selection probably will work, I'm not 100% how Kenny and the team will go, but I think overall I'd be looking at Hayes. I know Robbie Gray can't come in, so that's a little bit of a downer. He will get out of health and safety protocols the day of the game, and there's no risk, I think, in not playing him, because I don't think playing him will help him at all. Coming out of being in isolation and then playing a game of football is just going to do more harm to his body. So get that decision. He'll be back next week for Carlton, so he'll be fully fit with an 8-day turnaround there. So interesting. Not 100% sure how this is all going to pan out though, and I think Port Adelaide overall just have to stand up. Thursday night game, crucial game. Us fans are going to be there. Don't know how many of us will be there, but we're crying out for a win. And all I ask is a win. I just want a week of happiness, a week of saying, yeah, you know what, we bet the reigning premiers. We might be 1-3. The season starts now. Let me know in the comments, Port fans, what you're thinking about this one. It's interesting. It's a Thursday night game. It's got upset written all over it, but we could very easily get pumped by 10 goals. So I'm tipping, because we're a Port channel, we're a Port community, and we back our team in, I'm tipping Port by 13 points. The unlucky 13 for the Ds. Satan's coming, and it comes in the form of Port Adelaide. Thank you for watching, Port fans. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on this game. Give us a couple of tips and what you're thinking about it. I'll see you Thursday night. It's going to be a crucial game. I'm going to be there. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, but I'm still going to be there supporting the boys and making sure we get the job done, because our voice at the moment is critical. And if we can keep providing that critically or affirmatively, then regardless, we're still supporting the club, and we'll get behind them in this adversity we're facing. And if push comes to shove, yeah, we'll press that sack button. But until then, we've got Melbourne to play. So make sure you subscribe to the channel for plenty more Port Adelaide and AFL content coming your way across the rest of the season. We're all in this together, Port fans. My name is Anthony, and as always, calm the pair.